In this video, we will see how to find the derivative of these two functions using the power rule. The power rule tells us that to find the derivative of a variable x raised to an exponent n, we move this n in front of x, then we decrease the exponent by 1. The first function that we are given is f of x equals 7 square root of x plus 2 over 3 x to the 12th power plus e to the second power. So what we have here is a sum of three terms, and the first two terms contain x. The last term contains e, and e is a constant that is approximately 2.7, and we know that the derivative of a constant will be 0. Now, before we start the derivative, in the first term, we will write this square root of x as x to the power of 1/2. Then we will have f of x equals 7x to 1/2 plus 2 over 3 x to the 12th power plus e to the second power. Then to find the derivative of this function, denoted by f prime of x, we will work on each of these terms individually. In the first term, we will bring 7 down, then we will move the exponent 1/2 in front of x, then we will write x, and we will decrease the exponent by 1, so we will have 1/2 minus 1. So all this is the derivative of 7x to 1/2. Now in the second term, we will bring down 2 over 3, then we will move 12 in front of x, then we will decrease the exponent of x by 1, and we will have x to the power of 11. So you see that in each of these terms, if we have a constant in front of x, we move it down, and then on x raised to an exponent, we apply the power rule. And now the last term is a constant, and the derivative of a constant is 0. From here, we just need to simplify this expression. F prime of x equals 7 over 2, and 1/2 minus 1 is negative 1/2. Then in the second term, 12 divided by 3 is 4, and 4 times 2 is 8. Then we will have plus 8x to the 11th power. Then, because this x has a negative exponent, we will move it down to the denominator, and the exponent will become positive. Then we will have f prime of x equals 7 over 2x to 1/2 plus 8x to 11. We can also write x to 1/2 as square root of x, then we will have the following. F prime of x equals 7 over 2 square root of x plus 8x to 11. And this will be the derivative of f of x. Now, the second function we will work with is g of x equals x cubed plus 5x squared plus 6x over x squared plus 3x. When we have a function like the previous one, where we have a sum or a difference of terms, then we can apply the power rule on each of these terms individually. But when we have a rational function, we can't just apply the power rule on the numerator and on the denominator individually. So then, how can we find the derivative? For this specific function, this expression can be simplified using factoring, and that is what we will do first. The numerator contains 3 terms, and each of these terms has x, so we will start by factoring out x. Then g of x equals x parenthesis x squared plus 5x plus 6. The denominator has 2 terms and each one contains x, therefore we could also factor out x, then in parentheses we will have x plus 3. Now in the numerator, inside the parentheses we have a trinomial, and we can factor it using the sum and the product. So we need two numbers whose sum is 5 and product is 6. These numbers are 2 and 3, therefore we will factor this trinomial as x plus 2 times x plus 3. Then g of x equals x times x plus 2 times x plus 3 over x times x plus 3. And now let's simplify by crossing the common factors, and these are x and x plus 3. And now g of x equals x plus 2. Now we have two terms, and we will find the derivative of each of these terms individually. G prime of x equals, and now this x has exponent 1, and when we apply the power rule, we have to decrease it by 1. So we will have x to the power of 1 minus 1, and the derivative of the constant 2 is 0. And now g prime of x equals x to the power of 0, and when this x is not 0, then x to the power of 0 equals 1. So then, we just found that the derivative of g of x equals 1. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please subscribe, leave a comment, and thank you for watching.